Soshanguve Technical High School and Automotive School of Specialization. Today, we are launching our school as an automotive school. We have built a car to Mamina and also a go-kart. I'd like to show you around the workshop. We have the engines and the other parts of the car. Doing mechanical fitting and machining is very easy. As a mechanical fitter, I am responsible for joining parts of different materials for production machining. Thank you.
BMWs have been built in Rosslyn, just down the road, for more than 50 years. And Rosslyn was the very first production plant that was built outside of Germany. So we came here first. This is our most original plant outside of Germany, and we're very, very proud. And over the years, we've built over 1 million 3 Series vehicles here. 1 million vehicles. And those 3 Series have been exported all around the world, to America, to Japan, to Australia, to Korea. And now we're building the new X3, which we started last year. And that car has been built mainly for Europe. And already it's a huge, huge success for everybody at BMW. And the plant goes from strength to strength. And 2 years ago, the best quality award of any plant, of any manufacturer in the world. So it shows the great work that our workers are doing here in South Africa, our associates, building the best BMWs of any vehicle anywhere in the world. One of our key pillars of BMW Group is appreciation. We work hard to make sure that our colleagues understand that we value them and their diverse backgrounds and cultures. Our diversity is what makes us BMW South Africa, and we've always sought to find ways to support the community as in so many ways that you do, especially in areas like Soshanguve. Let me give you a quote. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. Now those aren't my words, those are the words of the most famous man on the planet, Nelson Mandela, the father of our nation. And how right he was. We remain inspired by Nelson Mandela's words. BMW has always supported education, and it remains a focus for all our corporate responsible society that we do here in South Africa. And it's been our privilege to support in various ways 144 schools across South Africa over the decades. When the company recently took the decision to invest 6.1 billion rand into Plant Rosslyn to upgrade its production of the X3, we saw an opportunity to deepen our commitment to education even further. Our plant has a capacity to produce 76,000 cars a year. And the first cars that roll off the production line are called pre-series cars. Cars that can't be sold to customers because it will test the production line to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Now normally these cars are then sent back to Germany, back to Munich, and they're scrapped. But for the first time ever in the history of BMW, anywhere in the world, we convinced the main board of BMW that we wanted to keep these cars. So I'm thrilled to announce today that we are handing over the first of 20 BMW X3s we are donating to science centres, high schools and universities all over South Africa. And the first car we're going to hand over will be today. But not only are we handing over the car, we'll also be providing training materials, equipment and people to help you work on the cars. And I'm sure many of you one day will join me at Plant Rosslyn and become a member of the BMW family. This project is far from the end of our commitment to education. We're delivering on our promise made to Shupu Primary School, less than 5 kilometres away. It's a school based in the community that many of our Rosslyn colleagues live in, and as such I'm proud to say that we've been able to upgrade their facilities over the past year as well. We've just built a new science lab, a computer lab, we've also done a new football field for the children, so again a lot of work's going on just down the road from here. We also have an early learning centre at Plant Rosslyn, and this year will be the 30th year of that school. And The highlight of my year is when I go to the Christmas carol service at the end of the year to watch the young children sing the carols to me, and it's a really, really wonderful evening. And those children will go on to the BMW schools, to the universities, and they will one day come back to Plant Rosslyn as well. We host over 300 apprentices a year through our training facilities, and all of those apprentices will go on to become members of the BMW family. So it's very, very important that you also follow in their shoes. We're 100% serious when we say we build more than just cars here in South Africa. Mr. Premier, MEC, I'm pleased that we can contribute to the work you are doing to drive education and training relevant to the work opportunities in the communities. Thank you for the opportunity to support the school in this great initiative. And to you, the students, I say, go for it. Take this BMW X3 and experience world-class, cutting-edge engineering and technology. I hope one day you can join us at Plant Rosslyn. Our commitment to you, to Rosslyn, and to the people of South Africa is steadfast. We're building our future together. Thank you very much.
Let's see what Goloi Bereka Joang. Let's Kahasa. Go Katwa Goloi, go car wash, Marle Hasle, go Ara Goloi. The really. The Goloi Chile Fasekamuka. The Cassi di Rehaufi Lerina. Renare Satsebe Odiaga. Today, when we bring this car to you, we are bringing it to you so that we can demonstrate to you that the education of a black child has taken a corner for good quality education forever. Gone are the days where we should be taught about irrelevant things. Gone are the days where our children cannot be part of an economy when the economy is unfolding in front of their eyes. Leskawona Batubakamuka Balimbo. All of them, when there was the first industrial revolution, they were watching. The second industrial revolution, they were spectators. The third industrial revolution, they were lost. The fourth industrial revolution, you can't be spectators, you must be participants of that revolution. So by bringing BMW here and other institutions to our partners, we are sending a very strong message that gone are the days where our children must chase one certificate only called matric. We are not saying that certificate is not important, but we can't have a one-dimensional certificated learner. We must have a multi-certificated learner. We don't want you, for 12 years, you are chasing matric certificate. If you fail matric, you have no fallback, you have nothing to show. Today, we are building that skills revolution that we have started in the province. We are saying, while you are still in grade 8, while you are still in grade 9, while you are still in grade 10, while you are still in grade 11, while you are still in grade 12, you must know how to fix a car. That's the future. We are saying, and we are very proud, that a learner must have various certificates from grade 1 until grade 12. This year, all our grade 11s again, all of them, all grade 11s, by the time you finish grade 11, all of you will have a K53 driver's license. Did you hear that? Free of charge. We don't want to to be the bad drivers every year, we must release statistics of how many people have died in our roads. We are preparing you as future road drivers to know that you must be patient, to know that you are getting certificates to drive appropriately, not fraudulently. So you will have a certificate from grade 1 up until grade 11 and the matric certificate in grade 12.
My name is Mutonje Kendi. I'm also a fitter and machiner. We're here in the automotive workshop. We're going to be looking around at the engine, some different parts of the steering system of our engineering automotive part. And over there is the fitting and machining automotive workshop. And I'm really excited about this because it really gave me an opportunity to explore and to integrate with other parts of the engineering sector.
Hassan Babani, working for SAPS A-Wing Technical. I am a helicopter mechanic. At SAPS A-Wing we have fixed wings and we have helicopters. Our fixed wings are in Wonderboom and then our helicopters are in Pretoria West. So what we do is we maintain SAPS helicopters and SAPS fixed wings. And then today we are here to exhibit our carriers that we have in the SAPS, as most of the learners are not aware about some of the carriers that are in the SAPS.
This is the automatic gearbox. You can find it inside the car. And this is the manual gearbox that is machined from the fitting and machining workshop. Go to the side. This is basically the whole car. We have the radiator on the front. We have the lights. We have the cooling fan coming on the top of the car. We have the carburetor. We also have this is the gearbox of the car. The Then this is the coil spring. This is basically the whole car. When we're talking about the whole car, each and every part that is here is basically the whole car.
The previous project. So here we have projects we have worked on before. We have the bush, the cannon. It's basically different parts that we have individually manufactured and we have brought them together. And this is the taper turning. This is taper turning. Basically taper turning is the slight angle here that we have made on the lathe, on our lathe machine. This is the lathe machine. We use it to produce our on this machine. We have the telescope. We put our wood and we manufacture these parts on the machine. But we don't just manufacture on the
machine only. The cutter. We use this.
We also use the grinder.
Hello everyone, my name is Amastema. I'm from Soshanguve Technical School. Today we have launching, we have BMW and our minister will come to see our school. So in our school we have many subjects, so it helps us in the community so we can do something else. So today we have BMW. BMW is going to see the car that we have done in our school. So as I want to say, today we would like to help many of our youngsters. They don't believe in their dreams, that they don't even know that they can do better. So we tell them that anything is possible if you look forward of yourself.
let's have official cameras, guys. Absolutely. Let the cameras just move back.
Ah, beautiful. It's a beautiful house. It's all good.
Gtmi.
My name is Ronnie Pila. What I do in the school, I'm a learner at Soshanguve Technical School of Focus. So we focus mainly on mechanical technology, fitting, antennae, and automotive. Automotive is the one we do with cars, and fitting antennae is where you deal with machinery such as lathe and all the stuff. So I think this initiative will help us as the youth. We the youth, we struggle in a lot of things such as drugs, peer pressure, and a lot of things. So I think this initiative will help us to enhance and to nourish this technology that we have at the peak of our health. So I think that this will help us to improve our community and to help other people on the street, to tell them about the wonderful work that is happening outside while they're still busy hustling. And you know, hustling doesn't help. So I think it will help us in that instance.
Steve Mabona, Gauteng Education Spokesperson. Look, today we are very much excited as the Department of Education and the provincial government that is in Gauteng for us to be launching a school of specialization in automotive focus. That is, learners here will be in a position to can know how to build a vehicle. Especially we are partnering with the BMW South Africa. They have donated one of the X3s that are manufactured in the country. As you know that BMW has taken a decision to manufacture their X3s in the country. So learners here will be benefiting from that project. We will have some tutorials and some training actually that will be happening coming from BMW, and some material that will be utilized. They will be providing that as our partnership dictates. So it's quite an exciting one. Learners here which are in the township, which they belong here, they don't even need any degree or diploma after they are done with their grade 12. Those that are savvy, they can still even open their workshops or go to where they will be accommodated. In the corporate world, not exclusively to work for BM, but they can work for any automotive industry or any company that they will identify. So the township will benefit because at the high school level already, we are nurturing these learners, we are nurturing these children that belong or that come from the township. So it's a revolution. I mean, gone are the days where our education will be class and mediocre education driven. You learn about things that you don't know. After matric, you must still crack your skull and think what career we're going to do. So with this one, when they have their certification, like your matric certificate, already they would have an idea on where they want to go, what is it that they want to do, and the skills that they would have attained while they are still in the high school level, because the skill will be nurtured from grade 8 up until grade 12. So they will be in a position to can benefit at its entirety. And there's a good thing about it that they have actually, these learners, some of them, they've built a vehicle. They took a scrap as a project, and they had to build that car from scratch, like one I can put it that way. It's a vehicle that can be driven. It's just that it can't go on the road because of licensing and all those other things. But it's a vehicle that we are proud to can parade to say, this is the vehicle that these learners in this school in a township they have built, and it shows the capacity. And the other things that they've built, the go-karts. I mean, if you go into their workshop, you will see some of the good work that has been put in by the principal, the teachers, and these learners. So we are very proud as the department, and this is what we are talking about when we are talking about quality education that we strive to provide in Gauteng.
Site where we take kids from TVET colleges and we give them practical skills on live cars. So that's what we're doing. One of the things that we brought here, there's a red car here called Mansu, which is was created by one of our mentors. He started it from scratch and he built it, and it's driving. It has everything that a car needs except for a permit, which is something that we're still working on. We also have a helicopter that is almost like 75% done. That was also done by the same guy. And the interesting thing about this guy is that he has failed grade 8 or standard 6 5 times, and he quit school, and everybody thought, there's nothing that he can actually achieve in life. But today, we are happy to say that, he has managed to create all these things that we're talking about. One of the main things that are going to be showcased here for the MEC is the BMW buggy inside here that he has worked on together with the kids from the Soshanguve Technical High School. You will see the buggy, and I'm sure you will love it because it's the first BMW buggy that I've come across. I don't think I've seen anyone. I don't think they have anyone anyway. So that is the first one that is going to be showcased here. It's going to be lit, as they say it. There's a whole lot of other companies here, but I think Cars, is proud to say we have had an input and we've made our mark. And everybody, I think, after this event will remember who Cars is. Thank you very much.
Let me tell you how many problems we have solved. So we're playing golf together, and I had visited a school called Umkhele Secondary School in Ivory Park. It's a technical school, like your technical school. I visited that school in Ivory Park with the MEC. They took us around and showed us what they used to train learners at the technical school. They were old engines. Mechanics at the 1960. At that school, the principal took me around with the MEC and said, we have a big problem. We are teaching technical subjects. We are teaching these young people in the township, but we don't have the equipment. We don't have the technology. We are using very, very old equipment. So after that, the MEC, I said to the MEC, I'm going to talk to some of my friends I know in the automotive industry. I played golf with them. And then I told Tim that we must go to a school in Ivory Park to go and see what's happening there. Said to him, I don't want to tell you what's happening there. And then, so you are the second beneficiary in the short space of time, apart from the many schools. So what, after that visit, Tim went there to the school. After the visit, he replaced most of the equipment at that school, including, I remember, I gave them a new BMW engine for those learners. So I'm Tim, you can sit down. You can sit down. Born out of that, I said to Tim that we have this thing that MEC Lesotho calls schools of specialization. It's a brilliant idea, sector by sector. So maybe there's something to talk about. I didn't know that they went and talked about this school today. So let's give them a big round of applause. What we now have, to have a high school that focuses in our country, focuses just on the automotive engineering, automotive sciences, for engineering studies focusing on automotive is special. You know where else do you get this in the world? You get that in Germany, you get that in Brazil, you get that in Japan, you get that in China. So, Barnabas Soshanguve, you are joining a global community today. This is a global, you are part of those in our world, right, still at high school, who are not just there to read and theorize about things. You are doing things, you are producing things. Right here, Mo Soshanguve, Mokasi. And I am very glad, MEC, I came across the group there that's called Kabukas. So you have the principal, you are located in the township. One of the things we say is that we must take staff to the townships. Gone are the days when people with children born in the townships have to go to town to go and really discover the world and get the best. We are bringing the best education in our townships. But we are bringing staff back in our town. We want to produce a team. You know, this car is beautiful. But can it be our dream, MEC, that we will have a car made in Soshanguve by these children of this school? Made in Soshanguve. Will you promise me, guys, that you will be the first? You know, there's no car that a South African car that we claim. The investment we are making in your skills is to produce, yes, today we are very proud. BMW, this Rosslyn plant produces the best BMW 3 Series for the world. These are South African skills. But the next challenge, I think, is that with you must help us produce a South African car, guys. What about this? Can it be made? Can this school contribute to that? Principal, are you committed to this?
Very possible,
Very possible. So these young people from our township are getting the best. I want to tell you another story. So there is a team here from Nexa. Where is the Nexa team? Where is that group from Nexa? They are hidden somewhere. At the back. The learners are here. The learners from Nexa. Thank you. Sit down. The Gauteng province, under the leadership in education of MEC Lesotho, we are building several schools of specialization. So this is one of those schools of specialization. But you must know that we have opened a school of nuclear sciences together with Nexa. Oh, the gentleman from Nexa is here. And that I want you to be here. So when we talk about nuclear, nuclear. I know some of you, in terms of nuclear, you may only know about nuclear energy, but there's nuclear medicine. And there's something that at Pelindaba that they do there. They have partnered, and again, after I visited them at Pelindaba, I had a discussion there with them about, I saw what skills they are training young people in, but they were few. And I had a discussion with them, but how can you help us massify? We have young people all over our schools. They have to wait to get to grade 12 before they get the real skills. So they left. After that, MEC Lesotho visited them. He visited them after I was there. And then they agreed that they are going to partner with Gauteng government to establish a school of specialization on nuclear. Thank you, Dr. Now, nuclear studies are very, very important as well. We've got several schools of specialization. We've just launched the Maritime School. The Maritime School, where are they? Okay, come here, the Maritime School. So you see nuclear there, you have automotive, you have the Maritime. Guys, you look like people who are in the Air Force. I like your hairs.
Thank you.
You look like the colonels in the Air Force. So we are training a new generation of youth who've got skills when they are still at school. We don't want you to get to grade 12 first, and then in grade 12 you don't know what to do. You only decide that time. Grade 12 is too late. That's why we have schools of specialization. Thank you very much. Where's the aviation group, MEC Lesotho? We also have another school of aviation. Where are they? Aviation. If you are from the schools of specialization aviation, you come here. So these are Gauteng. The transformation of education in Gauteng happens at all levels. So we've been introducing these schools of specialization. Let me tell you the story of the aviation school. So MEC Lesotho has been talking about this aviation school. So I visited Dinel one time as part of the work I do, and then met with the team at Dinel, and I said to them, but we are struggling to get support from you guys in the aviation industry. I want to bring MEC Lesotho to Dinel, sit down with him and see how you are going to support us with our school of aviation. What has happened since then, MEC Lesotho? Beautiful things have happened. Thank you, ma'am. You can go and sit down. What is the story we are telling? Is that firstly to transform education, to make sure it's relevant, it produces innovative young people, creative young people. Government must work with industry. So the story of working with industry is with BMW, you have seen that. It's with Nexa, it's with Samsung. The Samsung school is another exciting thing. Many of these young people are having gadgets in their hands. So we have a partnership with Samsung to train the youth in our country. Young people, right when they are still at school, to be able to fix these gadgets, but also over time build an engineering capacity to create new ones. So that's the story of Gauteng. So Gauteng province is a province on the move on the education front. We are investing, we are turning around township schools, we are taking the best infrastructure into our townships to invest, turn around this. And this is an investment into our youth. So I want to say to MEC Lesotho, we Boza, you are number one. That's the number one MEC in South Africa. Can you give him a big round of applause? That's the number one MEC of education in South Africa. Because he has internalized what we need, and he's got a very energetic team that's led by the HOD. We go place to place, changing. We are going to create more and more schools of specialization in our province. But this is for you, and this is my last word. This is for you, Banabaru. Community. One of the sad things that happened in January, we opened a beautiful state-of-the-art school in Sakani. A month later, that school, the equipment, everything was stolen. A month later. And it was a primary school we had put equipment in there. So I want to say to the I see our councillors are here, community members. Skolo seki samang.